Good morning. So, welcome to everyone who's visiting us today. Thank you for joining us this morning. We'd love for you to make this your home parish. So I want to ask you, how many of you noticed the beautiful sunrise this morning or the sunset last night? How many of you told your husband or your wife how much you love them and thanked them for all their support this morning? How many of you told your children how proud you were of them? How many of you sat with maybe your dog or dogs and cats this morning and fed them and petted them and took care of them? How many of you called a friend or texted a friend and said how much their friendship means to you? How many of you saw someone here today that you didn't know and said hello? Maybe shook their hand. Maybe gave them a big hug. How many of you introduced yourself to someone today that you didn't know, not the person you came here with? How many of you did that? So, if you cannot answer yes to any of those questions, welcome to the Martha Club. That's right. Welcome to the Martha. How many Marthas are here? Yeah, there's a bunch of Marthas here. I have lifetime status in the Martha Club. I achieved that many years ago. Marthas are always so busy, right? They're always so busy, going from one thing to the next. How many times do people say, "How are you doing?" And your response is, "Oh, I'm good. I'm just really busy." Am I right? Someone once said, if the devil can't make you sin, then he will make you busy. How true is this, my friends? We run from one emergency to the next for things we think can't wait. And in our frantic running from one thing to the next, in our overloaded calendar of things to do you see how we miss, you and me, we miss the joys of life? Do you see that? Because, my friends, today, Martha is a perfect example of how many of us live every day. Look at the scene. Jesus, the Messiah, was sitting in her house, just sitting there wanting to be spoken to. And what was she doing? She wasn't even with him. She's running around vacuuming and cleaning up and cutting vegetables and, dusting or doing all these things. He didn't care. He didn't care what her house looked like. She was too busy with serving. She missed the point. She lost the focus. The focus was him, not attending to him. While Mary just sat there. Mary was present. Mary was attentive. Mary made him feel welcomed. Mary gave him her greatest gift, her attention, her love. She chose the better part of being present and paying attention to him. My friends, we're just like Martha, as I said. And you think about putting yourself in her place today. When she reacted just like we react. She said, "Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me by myself? Tell her to help me." She's probably thinking, my sister is a lazy bum. What's wrong with her? She's not doing a thing. She's just sitting there. And that's when he said to her, "Martha, Martha, you're so anxious, you're so worried. There's only one thing, and Mary has chosen it, and it will not be taken from her." My friends, Jesus is telling us the same thing today. He knows how many worries and anxieties and burdens that we have. He knows that we want to do good by serving others. He knows this. But if you're honest, in your busyness and in your hurry to get everything done, we lose sight of the people we're serving. We're in such a hurry. We lose sight of what God made us to be and to do, and that was simply to love God and love each other. So how do we do this? How do we achieve this how do we unwind our personalities from this constant hurriness? How do we find the life that Jesus wants for us, my friends? You can. We have to be like Mary. We have to relax. We have to slow down. We have to be present to God and present to each other. And it all starts with relaxing. We're uptight, we're burned out, we're stressed out, we're behind on our to-do list, all these things. Is there anybody like that today? Is there anybody not like that today? That's the question. Think about Jesus. Was Jesus hurried or uptight ever? Jesus was relaxed in his life. We read about him throughout the scriptures. He was never running anywhere. He went calmly from village to village. He never turned anybody down. When someone said, Jesus, I need help, he didn't say, let me check my calendar. Let me check my schedule. Did he? No. He was attentive. He was present. He was loving. That's what we need to do, my friends. We have to adopt the lifestyle of Jesus. We have to stop focusing on what we need to do and just learn to be here. Learn to love. Learn to love our life the way it is. And we have to slow down. Not only relax a little bit, but you got to slow down too. We can't always be in a hurry. We lose touch with life when we're in a hurry, my friends, because it's a blur. Life becomes a blur. Hurry is said to be the greatest enemy of spiritual life. Hurry. Hurry is not of the devil. Hurry is the devil. That is what we have to realize, my friends, is if we want to be fully attentive to God, we can't always be running around like a chicken with his head cut off. It's time to start looking at what we have to do in life and decide what's important. What's really important? What's really the timetable? Does everything really have to be done right now? Well, some things do, but that's what I want us to think about, my friends. My Marthas, my co-Marthas here. So, Marthas, here's a story for you. And this one hits home for me. So there was a successful lawyer who lived a couple hundred miles away from her elderly dad. And she did everything for her dad. Bought him a car, bought him a condo, got him housekeepers, got him food, got him clothes. She took care of all his material needs, always. And he would call and say, well, that's nice, but when are you going to come see me? Oh, Dad, I'm so busy. My job's so important. I work so many hours, blah, 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 blah. You know it. We've done it, right? So her father said, okay, maybe in a few months. Well, guess what? Months, same conversation. Oh, I'm so busy. Months went by. Finally, her dad called one day, and he said, I've been wondering about this for a very long time. When I die, are you going to come to my funeral? Daddy, what a horrible thing to say. Of course I will be at your funeral. At that, he said, good. Forget the funeral. I need you more now than I will then. My friends, my Marthas, that is the story of our life, is it not? We need to regain the joy of life by learning to relax, to slow down, because when you eventually learn that you spend your whole life chasing what you want, you'll never find it. Or we can put God and we can put others first, and we will discover that what we want will find us. That is what I want us to do, my friends. Let's change from the many things of life to the one necessary thing. That is to be present to God and to be present to each other. All the things we do in life, by the end of our life, they really don't matter, do they? All that matters is that we live with great love. Today, let's try to start being a little less anxious. Let's try to start not being so worried about so many things. My friends, let's choose the better part. Let's start by doing less and loving more. Amen.